Hello, welcome to this new episode of the Across Border podcast. Today we're having Geert, the help me with this one. It will be the easiest.
Dehertefelt.
The Hertefelds
Great.
from Belgium. Geert is an artist. He's based in Belgium, specialized in social theater, trying to uncover societal processes, social related issues, using the culture and using the theater. This will be a fair explanation of what social theater means.
Yeah, it's a good explanation.
It's a good explanation. Thank you. And Gert, I know you're in Cluj now in Romania after a very long trip, which included visits in several places in Bulgaria, our twin country, sister country, because we're taken together with so many occasions. You've been to Poland, another country with which we share a lot of similarities, right? An Eastern European, Central Eastern European country. But you also have been to Greece, to Tunis,
Morocco.
to Morocco,
Yeah,
right?
to Morocco. Yeah.
So why are you here in Romania at this moment?
Well, it's all started in my own village. It calls a city, but it's more a village. Hoogstraten. It's in the northern part of Belgium, and I lived there now for 4 years. And in our region, there is a lot of strawberry harvest. People are really proud of their strawberry harvest. I think it's for 30, 40, most 50 years that they have the tradition of strawberry harvest. And so the branch of strawberries from Hoogstraten is really famous. So as a new citizen, a new member of the Hoogstraten Club, a new local, I wanted to find out what it is to be a local and to find out maybe my identity or what is the Hoogstraten identity. And so I thought that the strawberry can be a really interesting thing to do research around it, and because I think that the strawberry really determines the identity of the people in Hoogstraten. And so I started to think about a social theater or social art project, and then it came out that I can't tell the story of the identity of the strawberry in Hoogstraten without telling the story of the pickers, who are mostly Romanian. And that's why I made the connection with Romania. And afterwards, there came a lot of other strawberry regions in Europe, because I saw that every region has its own identity, and everybody thinks their strawberries are the best. Also over here in Romania, it became a research, or we are at the beginning of a research about strawberry harvest and how its communities how it connects communities, and the walking lives around Europe, of the Romanian workers in Belgium and the Netherlands, for example. And the strawberries of Hoogstraten were going to Scandinavia. Strawberries from Greece are going to Romania, and the strawberries from Romania are going to other countries. So it's all connected with each other. I think that's the reason why I'm here now. Yeah.
We often see there is a huge price to pay to have fresh fruits, good quality food on our tables.
Yeah.
A lot of this price paid, it's actually exported because it goes back to the origin country of these migrants. How is it seen on the other side in communities where this is happening? Is there a discussion about this issues popping up from the process?
Yeah, what I see is that most of the communities don't see all the layers of the process of the harvesting. They only see the strawberry,
The final product.
the final product, and they see it as a local thing.
Identity, yeah.
And they all say at every region, they all say our strawberries are the best, but they don't see all the layers. I think in Poland we saw at a farm Ukrainian women who were working on the field, and at the same time there was in the same village a local market where older ladies were selling the strawberry products, truskawka, I think they are called, and they sell it like the most local products
Very
they
proud
have.
about
Yeah,
it,
yeah. But there is nowhere the story of nobody tells the story of the Ukrainian women who are picking the fruit. They also bring something with them to the fields.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this a paradox in a way? We're being so proud about this production and
I
this.
think so. Yeah.
And what do you think it tells about us as a society having this type of paradoxes?
Yeah, I think
Unseen parts, right? Uncovered parts.
yeah,
of it.
it's a good question. Of course, I'm now at the beginning of the research, but I think it tells something about. It's of course the strawberry is only a symbol. It tells something about globalization. About we also eat bananas like it's a local
Absolutely
fruit,
normal, yeah.
but it's not local, of course. And why are we eating the bananas? Why is that? Because we think that we need the bananas. And I think it's the same with strawberries. When in winter in Belgium, and it will be here also, I think, we eat the strawberries from Spain.
Yeah.
I think over here it's from Greece.
Greece,
Yeah.
yeah.
And but you can think about it like, why? Why do we eat strawberries in winter?
Yeah.
Why? Because they will never have the same taste of strawberries harvesting in spring, but so it tells a lot, I think, about the mindset of a globalized world. Is that a good English word? Globalized world?
yeah.
Yeah.
Globalized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
globalized, yes. And that contradiction with the idea of being a local, and more are people everywhere are searching about their own heritage, and you see that in politics, and
Yes.
everyone is searching what is our identity, but we don't want to see that our identity is globalized. Yeah.
And it's created with the help of people not being from that area.
Yeah, indeed. Which over here in Romania, there will be also some strawberry harvest, I think.
Yes.
You mentioned it before, but which region was it?
Satu Mare.
Yeah, Satu Mare,
Northeast Romania.
Yeah, yeah.
Northwest Romania, sorry.
Yeah, and those are the best from
Yes.
Romania.
Yeah. If you add that as a tag to your product, I think you can sell it faster, sell it more expensive, get more money out of it. So yeah, that's exactly the same.
It's a good brand.
Yes.
Yeah. But do you know, are there a lot of workers from abroad in that region?
Not from what I know, or not at the moment, at least. Yeah, but
Yeah.
this is quite new to Romania, and I think it might come in the future years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we have to go there and check on.
I want to taste the strawberries. Yeah.
So you can compare them in.
Yeah, indeed.
Is it also a symbol of the way we address the problem of mobility and the problem of, I mean, not the problem, the issue of mobility and the issue of how we think, this European space, free movement, right?
Yeah, in which way do you mean the mobility?
That we rely so much on agriculture workers living for a short period of time and then commuting back and then going with every season, right? So
Yeah.
that's a way of outsourcing or a way of
Yeah, I think so. And there are also some people who were starting in, for example, the strawberry harvest, and they are changing their job or it just the first years they go up and up and down from Belgium to Romania, and only for the seasonal work, and then afterwards they stay and they find another job. There are
so it's a kind of entry activity, right? To
indeed,
the first step into the Belgium society.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. But the connection with Romania will always stay, of course. And talking about mobility, it is. I was just imagining that in summer we see really a lot of Romanian number plates in the streets, and it's a bit weird, and I would say funny, but it isn't funny that a lot of locals or natives or are always a bit angry about the Romanian cars, and they can't drive, and they are so it's that's not true, of course, but it is because you see so many number plates. That's not an answer on the question, but it's it was in my mind.
Reflecting on it. Yeah. So given the temporary nature of this strawberry picking activity, do you think, is there any interaction between the society? Is it also maybe speaking about this hit and run type of activity? So there's not long term, longue durée.
No, unfortunately, there are not so many activities. The only place where you see all the communities together are the schools. And at the school gates, there are, of course, the Romanian parents and the Belgian parents, and they don't speak to each other,
but they see each other.
They see each other, and in the classes, of course, the children are together, and so that's a good thing, I think. But I believe that there is not so many space for the Romanian identity, and I think that can make it more rich when we, as Belgian society, or especially in Hoogstraten, are more aware of the Romanian identity, and then. When we show it to the children, we are also interested in your identity, then they will be, or they will find quicker, I think, a place in our society.
Yeah. Is this social theater that you mentioned a proper vehicle to do this?
Yeah,
to bring together these communities and create dialogue and how does it work?
But that was the first goal of all the idea of the project about strawberries, that to bring the communities together. That was the first thing I wrote down. I want to bring the communities together. And how does it work? It's with this project, I will go to a lot of schools and collect with them, with all the children and students over there, collect a new archive about the strawberry harvest. But that's now for this project. I think, how does it work? It's I believe that community projects or social theater only works when you don't judge about stories. You only collect them, you bring them together, you show them, you try to find a way to show them, but you never judge. So
So this is one of the main messages
yeah,
activities like this transmit, right? That we
Yeah.
don't judge, we just try to understand,
yeah,
be
indeed.
empathic in a
Yeah.
way to
Yeah, yeah, and that's why I think that the idea of identity is interesting, because everyone has an identity, and everyone is searching to or is doing research on their own identity in a way. So when you bring them all together, there are more connections than we think. And maybe it's every time when I do a social theater or a project, I want to I want to do research to wait, how can I say it in English? I want to find the identity of the whole community, then
Yeah.
of the whole project, and
not only the visible part or the
no,
majority,
indeed,
right?
indeed, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, super. That's very interesting, and I guess it's also very difficult.
Yeah.
In general, both of our societies and Europe in general is
Yeah.
passing through this wave of populism,
Yeah.
right? Preference for totalitarian regimes.
Yeah.
Is this happening also in Belgium? And
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
is it the type of target population, migrant workers being active?
Yeah, yeah, and what I think is so strange that people, when I was talking in the beginning in Hoogstraten about this project, and I first mentioned that it was going about the migrant workers. Most of the people in this in the business or the farmers were scared. Also the politicians. Why are you doing it about labor migration? And when I was changing the subject just about strawberries, they understood more what it will be, and I think that's so
very smart way.
strange. Yeah, but it's so strange that. Why can't we see that the labor migration is a huge part of the strawberry harvest? That's not so bad, or that's not only a bad thing. Maybe we connect the migration only with problems, but why? Why? The strawberries are good. It's but the strawberries are also a part of the migration, and that's okay. That's okay. But it is also a problem in Belgium. I think everywhere. But that can be a contradiction that we tells a story about migration and of all the connections in Europe of globalization, but also about heritage. And it is also a story about what is being a local. So maybe it is the same story as the search of the right wing, and it's not politics, of course. I never want to do politics in a project, but the search to identity, I think everyone is busy with it now. Yeah,
That's true. That's a very it's a very particular moment, especially in this.
In Romania, it's now a hot topic too. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And I guess it's related in so many ways with it. You would find a lot of supporters for this type of politicians,
Yeah.
exactly in fields like agriculture, in fields
Yeah.
like strawberry pickers, right? So, yeah, that's really even more interesting.
Mhm.
So, is this a key to the success to work with very local, uh, with some processes which are very localized, and the local people are very proud about,
Yeah.
like the strawberry picker, strawberry in general,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
the industry of strawberries, and to bring to use it as a vehicle to discuss more wider things, as you mentioned, migration, integration, east-west mobility, right? Is that
Yeah.
one of the ways the
Yeah, indeed. The strawberry is only a symbol. It's it. The project tells something about Europe. Yeah, it's the working of Europe. Yeah, and of new. Yeah, when Romania was becoming a part of Europe, it was easier to make the connection with the strawberry harvest, and there were more people from Romania who came to Belgium. So it is really the story of Europe we tell, I think. But the strawberry is only a symbol.
yeah.
It's only a symbol.
But the very similar processes are happening in other sectors, of agriculture and economy and so on,
Yeah.
right? So this is not only
Yeah, but they are not so sexy as a strawberry,
That's true.
of course.
That's true.
we can
I like
we
the
can
way
tell the
yes,
we can tell the story of the tomatoes, but yeah, tomato, strawberry, a strawberry is more sexy. Yeah.
yeah. So related to this, which will be the image, the general image, let's say, you see thrown and used in Belgium related to migrants from, not necessarily from Romania, but in general? Is it a negative one?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's the same story as everywhere in Europe, but also global. But yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Is it anchored in some wider processes in the society? Or what do you think it's happening? Why do we have this tendency to associate the two fields?
Good question. Um, yeah, for me, it's all about fear. Fear for something we don't know.
understand.
Yeah.
We don't know.
And um, and maybe there is a difference between the migrant workers and migrants who came just because of the climate change or something like that. But it's all about fear. I know it's maybe a stupid example, but in during Corona, there was a small Romanian shop in the center of Hoogstraten, and of course during Corona we couldn't gather and especially not drink alcohol together. But over there were some Romanian people who came to gather, and they did a hard job at the fields, and so that was not allowed, and they closed the shop. And I understand that you have to follow the rules, but there was only a negative image of that shop, and all the positive stories of that shop, or that that it can be good for the Romanian community, and that's an important place for them, and it's we forget that it's the same like before we had a big Romanian community. We also had a Portuguese community in Hoogstraten, and they had a bar, and that bar was really an important place for them to meet. But it was a bar that people from Hoogstraten, the locals,
They were never
never going over there. But in the end, there was there were really big troubles. There was a murder. That's not so good, of course. And they closed the bar, and now we only have the negative image.
perception of it.
Yeah, and that's so sad. Why? I don't know. It's because of fear. We don't want to know what's happening over there. I don't. And it was also for me when I started this project. It was also a wake up call that in Dutch we say I'm not holier than the Pope. I don't
Yes,
know
yes.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and I was never been to a Romanian supermarket in Hoogstraten, and I thought, hey, why
should I?
Yeah. So of course I've went to the supermarket, and it's it's not a place to be to have fear for or something like that. But yeah, I don't know why it's.
Why it's happening?
Yeah, why? Yeah, yeah. Do you know why it's happening?
Well, I do have a lot of explanations.
Yeah.
We are having more and more studies showing that it's our preferred brain activity to do to distinguish between our people and their people.
Yeah.
And this is, I think, very often a question of how to which kind of communities we were familiarized with whom are we were socialized when we were very young and so on. So I think it goes very back also, very much back to this type of social memory we're having. You can, in time you can develop ways and procedure to bring these tribes together, and I think this is exactly the type of activities we can do to bring it back and to organize this community. So I understand very well from this perspective. So also speaking about the fear and the perception, and have you been in these fields where the strawberry pickers are working? How do they look? What are the conditions as hard as we imagine over here?
Well,
working in these greenhouses. And
I've been. I think in Hoogstraten there's been a huge development in that in a good way the last years.
In terms of improving the conditions?
Yeah, indeed. I know that a lot of farmers have built good houses for their workers. I've been in the greenhouses, but not in the houses of the workers. So I don't know the conditions. That's of course not so easy to you have to win trust, of course, of all the parties, and that's a long-term activity process. But I think in Hoogstraten the conditions are okay. It's not because I'm from there, but I know it's okay when you see other strawberry regions. For example, in Spain, in Italy, it's much worse than the conditions in Hoogstraten.
What about extra working conditions? So I mean, salary. I know that at least in some countries, you are paid by the kilo or the amount of that creates.
Yeah, there are some farmers who do this. I know also a farmer, really good farmer, good guy, and he just pay every worker the same amount. He think that's most fair. There are other people who think no, it's just fair to to
Yes.
pay them by kilo. I don't know. That's it's that's a difficult question. Yeah. It's like I say. That sounds stupid, maybe, but I don't judge. But it is interesting to see that. Yeah. When you pay something as someone's by kilo, yeah, they are more. Yeah, I don't know. The stress factor will be a lot of higher than just being, and maybe that's also we goes out of the idea that when you pay them the equal salary, yeah, but they will work not so much anymore. That's of course not true. I don't believe
Such
it.
a stereotype.
Yeah.
And it was proven so many times that it's not the way
Yeah,
it
of
works
course.
in reality.
Yeah.
For me, it's really, where you mentioning all this, for me, it's really interesting to see the double or actually the triple vulnerability they're facing. So they're in this vulnerable position in Belgium.
Yeah.
They're vulnerable in Romania as well because they're not necessarily well seen.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of prejudice towards them, and
Yeah.
they're having this low paid positions, low skills. All right.
Yeah.
It was really visible during coronavirus that they were not allowed to come back to Romania because they will bring coronavirus from western part of Europe and so on. So I see there's multiple layers of vulnerability, and maybe that's also an important topic here.
Yeah,
That is not only, and these layers of vulnerability are also interconnected. So those are not two different forms of vulnerability, but they are interconnected, right? And they are. I mean, they choose to work in this field because they're from the beginning in a vulnerable position. That creates further and further layers of vulnerability.
And I'm also interested in what's the impact of for the families who stay at home, and for the social life over here in the villages where a lot of people are going. Yeah, it's are going to Belgium or what's the impact for them?
Yeah, especially for kids. I think there is a lot of research already conducted. And you can see everything from lower grades, higher stress, worsening perspectives in terms of careers and so on. That really creates a problem. Also into the labor market, we will go in some of these villages, so you will see that entrepreneurs and companies there, they don't have workforce to work with, so many projects are suspended or not. Where we also see immigration to Romania from East Asia, which is closely related to exactly missing this kind of working age people moving abroad. But we also talk about more and more a psychological issue or well-being issues. So people are developing also issues in this regard, mentally or in terms of mental health. There's a lot to cover in this with this occasion, and I think it's wonderful that we can have the possibility to talk about it and present it from all the sides.
Yeah, indeed. And I also believe that when you speak about identity, it's the families at home or the children over here. They are also a part of the identity of Hoogstraten.
Yep.
Because they
It's a
are
reflection
related.
of
Yeah.
That's true. I have examples of products shipped from there here, that used as a social marker. Houses, the way the houses are also inspired by what they see in Belgium. There's a lot of this. So this is what we call transnational spaces.
Yeah.
Those are corridors
Yeah.
with information and people and goods moving from one side
Yeah.
to another.
Yeah.
It's also funny that very often when I pick up a box of strawberries and I see they're produced in the Netherlands or in Spain
Yeah.
or Italy, I'm almost sure that a Romanian was working for it, right?
Yeah,
But
indeed.
then it's exported here. So
Yeah.
it's really,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
goes in
yeah.
this
These
direction.
are strange walking lines
Yes,
around
yeah,
Europe for
yeah.
bringing the strawberries
Yes,
over here.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
indeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. And but what were you saying that the houses over here are getting inspired by the
Yes,
houses in
yeah,
really?
yes, and
Is that a
you,
good thing?
yeah, that's a good question. My opinion is that not really, because they're
Mhm.
not appropriate for the existing climate.
Yeah.
We have a lot
Ah,
of
yeah,
snow
yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
snows with, I don't know, 1 meter
Ah,
snow
yeah, yeah.
on
Okay.
your roof, which is not properly managed for
No, no,
this, right?
no.
So
That's
then,
true.
chip,
Yeah.
it collapses, things like that.
Okay. Yeah,
So
yeah.
you have a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
a lot of things, but also it works the other way around. There is a lot of social prestige.
Mhm.
So you have to show that you're a successful migrant,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So you build bigger houses.
Yeah.
You build,
Yeah.
you do this nice fence around the house, and that creates other problems because
Yeah.
it will be maybe a bit more smart to invest in something else or in
Yeah.
a city, so not necessarily in your community. So
Yeah.
that creates
Yeah.
additional layers of vulnerability
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
also for the family overall.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we will have the chance to visit some of these
Yeah, yeah, would be great.
places
Yeah.
and to
And then I can think, I'm home. I'm home.
yes,
It's
in a way,
Belgium.
yes, yeah. That's true. Yeah, coming back a bit uh, to the harvest, to the process.
Yeah.
There are also other communities, so Romanians are not the only one
Mhm.
being in the field. Can you see communication between these communities? Is there any association, maybe any fight for the rights or for the protection of the rights? I know this is a really important thing in Belgium, and not only, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Syndicates and
Yeah. There are companies who are trying to make the migrant workers a bit alert for all those um,
rights.
all those rights that they can have. But most of them are not. That's what I've heard. That most of them are not busy with it. Because they know I'm just coming over here for 3 months and then going back. So yeah, that's a difficult thing. But I don't know a lot of it about it. But I know it is a thing. Yeah. But talking about communication, that what is an interesting thing that when in the 90s, beginning of 2000s, when there were a lot of Polish and Portuguese workers on the fields, there was a kind of a language that the workers spoke to each other, and
What was that language?
Yeah, it was it was not English, it was not Polish, not Portuguese, but it was not Dutch, but it was
A mix of
a
everything.
mix. Yeah, and
This is really interesting.
yeah, it is, and there is nobody who can, for now, who can speak it to me. But I want to learn this language because it's an interesting example. What I've heard was when the Romanian people came, most of them couldn't speak English so good, so it was changing. That there are now more.
It's a very interesting way to if
It
if
is.
you can capture that would be really interesting.
Yeah, and there are now a lot of farmers are learning, maybe a few words Romanian, or have people who speak Romanian and can be regulate the jobs and communicate with the workers.
In one of the books I mostly admire, there is a discussion about the Creole
Yeah.
language, which was
Yeah.
formed in this slavery ecosystem. People coming from different, people introduced from different communities,
Yeah.
and they had their own language with words from here and there. So I mean, it's a bit far-fetched, but looks similar in
Yeah,
sense.
it is. It is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it shows also the transformation in the mobility regime in these countries, and
Yeah, indeed.
yeah,
Yeah.
really interesting.
Yeah, and there is. It's not the same, but it's a good example. I think there is one guy who started to work as a Portuguese migrant in the 90s with his wife in picking the strawberries, and now he and his wife are a farmer by themselves in Hoogstraten, and they have Romanian people who can speak Portuguese with them.
They learn,
yeah. So they have a few Romanian workers every year, the same, who speak Portuguese.
Really interesting.
Yeah, I love
they
it.
learn from each other.
Yeah, indeed.
It's amazing. Also related to this, speaking about words and languages and learning, is this subject covered in the literature, in the novels? Because we have a few
Yeah.
speaking about the process here in Romania. One of them I told you already. It's called actually Căpșunar, the strawberry pickers.
Yeah.
And it uncovers exactly this type of process, the double or the multiple vulnerabilities they're having here and there and in between as well. Do you also, is this a subject which is covered?
Not so much. There is a lot of work to do about things like that. Yeah, that's why I think that this project can be an important step forward. No, we don't. But maybe it's not a coincidence that a book like you mentioned is written over here, because over here it will be more a thing that people bring languages from everywhere with them back at home. At our place, I would love that it would be more a subject, but people are more. They are so chauvinistic about their language that they think people need to speak Dutch, and Dutch is not an easy language to learn, and they think they have time to learn Dutch, but it isn't, of course. When you are working such a long days, you don't want to learn another language, of course.
What will be the normal length of a working day? 12 hours, 11 hours?
Yeah, it depends of the sun. When there is not so much sun and it are rainy days, then they will work less. But when there is a lot of sun, and especially in the greenhouses, then the ripening goes so fast that they need to pick more hours.
Maybe for the people listening to our podcast but not familiar with the process you just mentioned. So there's a tractor in the middle of the rows, right?
Yeah.
And can you describe the process? I saw it several times.
You mean how we produce strawberries in a we have the greenhouses, of course. I think there is not a lot anymore from growing in the soil, but it's all on layers where they have a kind of substrate in it. The substrate comes from India.
It's made of coconut.
Yeah, coconuts. Yes, and so there they plant the strawberry plants in it. The plants are been harvested the year before, and they've kind of freeze them.
Oh, really? This part I didn't know.
Yeah, they freeze the plants. Yeah, and then they can when they take them out, then they
flourish.
Wow.
Yeah.
So It is, of course, a good thing for the workers that they don't need to kneel down
Yes,
to
that's
pick the
really
fruits.
something. Yeah.
So that's a good thing. But it looks, of course, very industrial. Yeah, yeah,
Interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
But I was rather interested in the process of picking them up. So you have a tractor or something.
Oh yeah,
going in the middle of the row.
yes, they have. Yeah, it's not
So
really
there,
a
there's
tractor, but
involved
it's
speed, right?
yeah.
Like one of these lines, mechanical lines.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
have to put
Yeah.
the strawberries there.
Yeah, but every farmer has his own
Style.
way of yeah.
The ones I saw were really fast. So really,
Yeah.
people were really doing very fast
Yeah.
ones. So I imagine, you're,
Yeah, and
you're
they-
really tired after.
Yeah, it is, and there are some ideas to replace the workers by robots,
Yeah.
but it's expensive, of course.
Yeah.
And that's also an interesting idea: the robots versus the humans.
Yeah.
But robots can't see every strawberry, of course.
Okay.
And,
Because you have to look
Yeah,
beyond the leaves.
yeah, indeed. And it is really expensive. That's why most of the farmers don't use robots. Yeah.
But that's maybe going to change.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
in the future.
I know that in Japan, it's not Europe, of course, but in Japan they use a lot of robots
for this.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a really interesting things,
Yeah.
and maybe we
Yeah.
will see developments in this
Yeah.
in this field in the coming years. Geert, thank you so much. It was a wonderful discussion.
Great. Say it again. My name. That was not correct.
The Dehertefelt. Sorry, no.
No. It's a good try. Dehertefelt.
Dehertefelts. Exactly. Now you should say mine.
Yeah. Anatolie. I didn't know.
Coșciug.
No. Coșciug. Okay.
Exactly.
Anatolie
That's fair
Coșciug.
enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. So we're even on this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you. Really wonderful episode. Wonderful discussion, and I'm looking forward to work together and set this project.
Thanks a lot
In a
for
way,
inviting me. Yeah.
Thank you.